Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's AYCG Moviecast, episode 473. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Gast, joined by Mike Sneedy.
What's up?
Corey Feinsod.
Yo!
And Tony Korkanakis.
Hello!
Welcome, guys. Welcome, listeners. Welcome, viewers, to...
It's not an AYCG podcast without a little technical difficulties.
Oh, what a headache. What a headache. So we've been trying to get this started for 20 minutes now. Everybody's on time, and Skype decides to just stop working for certain people. So, but we're here. We made it. We made it finally. We didn't know for a little bit. We were starting to go mobile. But yeah, so let's get into what we've been up to, guys. What have you been watching? Man, who's been checking out The Mandalorian?
Well,
everybody?
I have, obviously.
Everybody? Nice. I'm gonna pull this a little forward here. Okay.
Did it.
What's that?
Did you,
Mike?
Tony?
Oh.
Yeah. Half-hour episodes. Get out of here with that nonsense.
I know.
Why? It's easier to digest.
Yeah, that's part of why I gave in, just because
I want to binge it though. I don't want to fucking.
The problem is, Tony's like, you got to avoid the spoilers, and it feels like this is kind of a.
Oh no, I know. I was already spoiled.
This is one of those things, just like everything that's going to come out of Disney. I feel like it's going to have a spoiler culture around it, where you have to watch it quick, or else it'll be spoiled.
Yeah,
fine.
I mean,
for this, I don't really. I mean, when is this even supposed to be taking place?
Five years after Return of the Jedi.
After Return of the Jedi. What?
Yes.
Yeah. It's
What?
50 years after Anakin is born.
So that's why this is pretty significant, the spoiler, I feel like, because it's 5 years after Return of the Jedi.
Why is it significant?
Because this is canon, and they're introducing certain characters that you're like, what's going on here?
You're on the new trilogy, though, right?
This is all part of it.
They could be the new trilogy. That would be awesome. This is new characters.
New trilogy is still 20 years later, at least.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like,
it still could be. You know, who knows? I'm very much enjoying the Western style shooting of this show. Like, it is the music, the cinematography. Although I am annoyed that Disney needs to get their shit together and fix their app, because Dolby Vision runs like shit on my TV. It flickers like red sometimes, and it's not my TV because it doesn't do it on any other app. And if I clear like the app's cache, it goes back to normal. So it's like it has a cache issue, it looks like. So, and they apparently have a patch today for those wondering, that if you're like the resume show thing is in this patch. So you know how you can't resume a show if you watch something, you don't remember where you left off. Well, that's going to start keeping track of it for you now, finally. But yeah, so Mandalorian, I just love the look of it. I love the cinematography.
It actually reminded me of kind of like a samurai.
Yeah, it felt like Seven Samurai almost, didn't it? I don't know. That's like,
yeah, I mean, it's got like, you know, a lone. I can't blanking on the name now. You know, the samurai takes care of the kid. They travel.
it was a bunch, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like that's what it reminded me of, more so than a Western, but I can see the Western style.
It's a Western. It is like supposed to be Western style. That's what they said. But you can argue that
there's definitely influences.
You can argue that all Westerns are influenced by like Japanese samurai picks, like the Akira Kurosawa, right. The Kurosawa stuff. That kind of influenced so many things in our culture that most Westerns are based off of that.
I mean, Star Wars was also based
so it's Star Wars. So it's yeah. So I think that I don't know. I'm really impressed with it. I've watched it. I've actually watched the show twice now, the 2 episodes again.
Okay.
So I watched it and then I watched it with my girlfriend. And it's really good. So I think that I don't know. I'm really enjoying that show. For me, that's not it. I mean, I watched Jeff Goldblum's show on there. Did you guys check that out?
No.
Not yet.
I like it. It's Jeff Goldblum is like the weirdest guy I've ever seen. He's just so weird. But the show is like a deep dive into topics. So like the first episode is based on shoes, and it's like the history of shoes and why there's a culture around selling shoes for $1 million. And I mean, there's a whole like collecting.
We were in New York once, and there was like this huge ass line. You're like, what is this line for? It's like, the new Nikes dropping.
He goes to ShoeCon, and the line is like around the building for people just to buy different shoes and swap. So that was cool. Then he did a whole episode on ice cream, like the history of ice cream, makes his own ice cream. Kind of like it's pretty cool actually. He rides around an ice cream truck for like most of the episode, I liked it. It's another half an hour show. They seem pretty hell bent on these smaller episodic things. So I'm thinking Marvel's going to be like this too, where it'll be like a 35-minute episode. You don't think so?
No, I mean they already said it's going to be like 6 hours, right? So 6 episodes or something. Didn't they say that?
I don't know.
Said that.
I don't know about that. I really think I can see this 35-minute thing going.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I see. Since these are all going to be so
I mean,
high.
I don't really care how long they are as long as it's good story.
Those are good.
Yep.
And this is Mandalorian's a good story. So I think for season one, it's only supposed to be like 8 episodes so far, right? It's only supposed to be 8 episodes, right?
Yeah, it's not supposed to be too long.
It's going to be like, a 4-hour story pretty much.
Yeah. I mean,
It's like a movie.
yeah, that's what they're trying to do. Smaller scale, like contained movies, essentially.
A little mini series.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm enjoying that. I don't think I checked out. I watched some older cartoons. So like Goof Troop, Darkwing Duck, Gummy Bears. What else I go through? Doug, which is weird on Disney. Doug is weird when it gets to Disney, by the way, because it's the high school Doug.
No.
No.
Yeah.
I
So,
never liked that.
Trash.
It was. What's crazy is like the funny part about this last week was when Disney Plus launched and I realized it wasn't the same Doug. I'm like, man, Nickelodeon has the original Doug. Man, they got to get their own streaming service. And then they announced that Netflix and Disney are Netflix and Nickelodeon are partnering to bring like new shows to Netflix from Nickelodeon's catalog. So I'm hoping that means old shows too. But because my Hulu subscription is ending very soon. But I haven't decided what I'm going to do about that yet. But it's on Hulu right now, original Doug.
Right.
But, so that's. Oh, I watched another. Did I watch 2 more episodes? 2 more episodes of the Demon Slayer.
Okay.
Wait, Demon? Yeah. So I watched 2 more episodes of that. That's it's like 20 episodes, I think, right? It's a regular anime. Oh, 24. I think it's 24 or 22.
Yeah.
I can't
Where are you now?
14. What just happened?
I think it's 26, but
It might be 26. Yeah. He defeated. Last week I was talking about how he was facing the pair of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, he defeated the one guy just when I talked. Now he's finished that whole fight up, which was that was an okay ending. I didn't really like the ending for the girl, the demon, how he beat her, but didn't really beat her, but but she was really powerful. So, and I started the next episode. I watched the next episode after that, which is kind of like it's kind of like not a filler. It is kind of a filler. It's like a lighter episode.
It's a
not
pace
happening.
episode.
Yes, that's what that's what I'm looking for. So I got through that too. So I'm on like 14 right now. So
Okay.
enjoying it. It's good. I just
You're getting there.
yeah. I mean that one episode, like the way they finished her off, I was kind of like I don't know. I would have preferred.
Yeah, it's just really to show like the bad guy is just an asshole.
Yeah.
Like, what I really appreciate was that they like straight up showed you like the bad guy.
Yeah.
Like
that was awesome.
Most of these anime will just drag it out forever. Like, oh, he won't even see him until like that arc. Like,
I thought even when he was like going to track when he got the scent, I'm like, this has got to be like an imposter. Like this is not real.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. But no, yeah, they actually showed us the villain right off the bat, and like establishing how strong he is, which is cool. So that's it for me. Mike.
So yeah, I've watched The Mandalorian too. I like it. I don't think I'm as high in it as you, but
I'm a big Star Wars fan, so.
I like it. I'm gonna need a little more to like care about certain like new characters, or really the main character, because he's just there so far. There's not much to him.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. I think it would be a good show to spoiler cast later on. I think maybe at the end a bit.
I'm good with that.
But other than that, I'm continuing the early episodes of X-Men Evolution.
Nice.
And yeah, the first few episodes it's all just like introducing, like you see the patterns, like, oh, this new kid will go with Xavier, and this new kid will go with Magneto, and it's just like, all right, I get it. Let's get on with it a little bit. But it's pretty funny to me because if you didn't know Xavier was like a good guy, he's got a really sort of creepy obsession with like getting all these kids to come join his school. It's kind of weird. And also, Kitty Pryde is super annoying in this. I forgot how annoying she was. Like, I can't stand her. Like, using.
She's always annoying, though.
I know, but like they have the thing where she says "like" all the time, except she doesn't do it naturally. Like, not where people would naturally throw a "like" in there. Yeah, she'll like start the sentence with "like." It's like, no, that's not how it works. You throw it in, but never mind. But
If this were done today, she'd be like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah.
You know, she'd be a vlogger too. You know, 100%. She'd be like an Instagram VTuber, some shit.
Yeah.
So,
social media star.
But yeah, hopefully it'll get, once they establish their teams, I don't really remember paying enough attention to know what happens at all back when it was on originally, so hopefully some interesting stuff happens later. And that's about it.
I just remember getting really good and then stopping.
Yeah.
It starts.
Yeah, and then it ends, unfortunately. So you'll be frustrated, Mike. So, Tony.
Let's see. Didn't have too much time. I went back up to New York for Anime New York City, which is pretty cool because it's in the same place as New York Comic Con, just not as busy.
Yeah.
It's super weird being there because, you know, it's just strange seeing that venue and it's like, oh look, there's actual like space to stand around and not, you know, always be touching somebody no matter where you are and stuff like that. That was fun. I did manage to see, what was it? Caught some random stuff. Like there's this one called like Little Witch Academia, and it's like basically a Harry Potter type anime with like girls, done by Studio Trigger, and that was interesting. We only watched for like 1 or 2 episodes of that, and that was whatever. And then I saw this one called Violet Evergarden on Netflix, and I can already tell this one's gonna be like not depressing, but like super emotional. First of all, the animation is just gorgeous. You watch and you're just like, holy crap, like this is really good quality, like movie quality almost. But it's a story of like this female soldier that has like, I guess, partial memory loss or some shit, and she's trying to get back to her commanding officer, who pretty much unbeknownst to her has died, and nobody wants to tell her this because, you know, she's like, I don't know, I guess a soldier bred for war. And they're just trying to like help, because the war has ended since she's been in the coma or whatever like that. So they're just trying to help her get acclimated to like a non-military life. So that's pretty much where that series is at. But again, it's just kind of like, okay, this is going to be one of those like heartstring, you know, buggers and stuff like that. And then caught up with My Hero Academia and watched the movie for that, the Two Heroes or something like that, with where it like goes back into young All Might's story and stuff like that. And that was really fun. So the new season is enjoyable, starting to get into the meat and potatoes of the season. So
yeah,
excited for that.
Cool. All right, Corey.
Yeah, I watched a bunch of stuff on Disney Plus, mostly actually nostalgic stuff, like just taking myself back, like the Mighty Ducks movies.
Oh wow! Yeah, I forgot that was the Mighty Ducks series is on there.
Yeah, the animated series.
Yeah.
So that, and then
books,
also like Rookie of the Year and The Sandlot. So like all those like feel good sports movies. I was like, oh man, I remember watching all these. So I was kind of just going through them as they became available, or as I remembered they were there and everything.
Yeah, they gotta fix their navigation a little better so that you can like like they should just make 90s nostalgia as a tab. They really should.
Well, they have like,
well, it's like
they have like classic stuff or whatever. So there's a section that's similar to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. This
Oh,
is
actually,
really
no.
fun
It
to
was
go back.
classic Marvel. That's what I found, and it was all the older cartoons on there.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But definitely is really cool. So mostly just that stuff actually.
All right, cool. All right, let's get into the box office. It was, I don't even know how it was this week.
Something flopped hard, right?
Yeah, why am I in the wrong box?
Charlie's Angels?
That's right. Charlie's Angels flopped hard.
I am in like the weirdest. Sorry, I opened the box office and it's got weird numbers. So hang on, let me reload this.
Be right.
Nope.
I'll be right back.
Why am I in like Euro dollars? What do you? All right, give me the box office, Mike.
All right, let me get where I go normally in a half second here. So let's see. So number one, we have Ford versus Ferrari at 31.5 million. Is that the first? I think that's the first
opening weekend.
It's opening week, yeah.
I mean, that's probably pretty good for something like that.
Yeah.
Number two is Midway, which I think has been out for a bit now.
It's its second week.
Yeah. And then number three, there's the big flop, Charlie's Angels at 8.4.
Yes. Yeah, they were talking about that.
The Kristen Stewart one, headed by Elizabeth Banks.
Elizabeth Banks went on record and talked about it. Like I recognizes this as a flop, but she still loves it.
She sort of went a little crazy, bitter failure, blame deflecting.
No, I mean she's happy that it's she made
No.
the movie, but
I think she said like, "Oh, this isn't a superhero movie, so men aren't going
she
to
got a
care
little
about it."
spiteful, yes, but yeah.
Yeah, that's what that is. Blame deflecting.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So.
I mean, it could have been
Next.
good. It could have been like, Fast and Furious is basically the same idea now. And that makes bank.
But
Yeah.
the thing is, like, if you're gonna do that, then fine. But that's Fast and Furious and Charlie's Angels are not the same thing at all.
No.
And honestly, like, it's weird because, like, if you're gonna do this thing, like, then just make a new series. Like, I don't understand who Charlie's Angels is supposed to appeal to. Like, I mean, even when it was rebooted back in the 00s, and I actually remember going to see most of those, which were fairly enjoyable. They were whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't understand. Like, are you banking on the nostalgia of old people, or like the people from the 00, like the teenagers in the 00s? Like, I just don't understand who the target demographic there was. It just seems like a really weird take.
Yeah.
Well,
The whole thing is kind of weird, especially now, because Charlie's Angels used to be just like sort of like a gratuitous thing for men. Then in like the 2000s one, it's like it was both. It was kind of both, like it's like kind of feminist, but also kind of still a gratuitous thing for men.
Mm-hmm.
And now this one, no one knows what to make of this new one, so they're like, that's okay. That's the best way I could like think of why.
Yeah, that's what, like
Charlie's Angels doesn't work.
It doesn't have a set like where it's going. It doesn't have a target audience.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I think that as far as what it looked like it was going for was like a, more girl power, Mission Impossible style type of movie, but on the lighter side, with more Fast and Furious as far as like tone. That's what I saw, at least.
I mean, that's what the 2000s one was, but it was also still sort of like
Sex appeal. It's sex appeal.
Right.
Yes.
Still like went that way too. So.
But I think I still think they have that in this movie, but I think marketing wise, they directed it more towards, they're trying to go feminist with it, and they just didn't draw as many people in from it. That's really what happened. I mean, honestly, that's the end of the day, you didn't draw the people in.
I just think people hate Kristen Stewart.
You could say that too. You could probably say that too. So, Playing with Fire and Last Christmas, top 5. Yeah. So I finally got it to load. Dr. Sleep's doing terrible. Joker's still up there, bringing in bank.
It cost $1 billion.
Yeah, I mean, they have to do a sequel to this now. I mean, I don't care. Like, studio's got to up the money, pay whatever he wants, get him back, and make a sequel out of this. So, all right, and that's your box office. Opening this week is a big movie, Frozen 2, which will be number 1. I think it's a very easy statement to make.
Yeah.
It could be a total flop for it and be number 1.
Yeah, I don't even know where it's tracking right now. Remember, I was really high on this movie. Like, I know I said
Which
it could be
Frozen 2.
Frozen 2.
Oh, that's this week?
Yeah.
That's weird.
So, I mean,
yeah, I haven't really seen much about it. I don't know if I'm obviously not like the target demographic, but I haven't seen a whole lot of promotion for it.
Oh, well, that's interesting news. It's certified fresh, so that's going to help. A lot of
you see the merchandise everywhere.
Yeah, I know they've been merchandising it like hell. They've been a lot of predictions look like they're looking at 185. A lot of people are predicting 185 from this prediction thread on here on the box office Reddit. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, it's certified fresh. That's going to help it. I'm going this weekend, so I'll see it and I'll see what it's going to be. But, yeah. Another news. So don't forget to mention this. Sonic the Hedgehog redesign reportedly cost Paramount $5 million. So.
I thought it was like 35.
No, IndieWire's reporting that it was $5 million. That was reported as of today.
That's not that bad.
I saw other things that directly.
Yeah, I thought I read something that was like 30 million after all. I think that might have factored in with the delay too. I forget.
Could be. I mean that. Yeah.
There's no way it was just 5 million. That's nothing.
Yeah, I mean if you count like all the marketing that they probably had to like postpone and or cancel and.
I mean, just the cost of the redesign. Absolutely, I could see Sonic being redesigned costs $5 million. Forget the expenses of redesigning the marketing, but the actual movie redesign.
So if everyone who actually did it worked for free.
Yes.
Or I don't know. Maybe that's.
Yeah. So. All right. What else? Let's get into news. Like I said, Frozen 2 is the big movie this week. looking around 185 opening weekend. I don't know if I want to make a prediction on this yet, but we'll see. All right, news.
Didn't you say this is going to do better than Frozen 1?
I said it will do better than Black Panther.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Do we have a bet on that or no?
I think we have a bet on that actually, which I'm in some trouble.
Yeah.
I think we have a bet on
else?
that. So I have to look that up. That's gonna be hard to look up because it was an older one, I think. But we'll have to look that up.
We have NPD data to go, or was that last week?
We did.
No,
MTV.
We didn't talk about it last week, did we?
I don't think it was out yet. No, because it was Thursday. It was coming out
Thursday.
and yeah, we'll be talking about that tonight. So that's why I figured. Yeah, we got the Gamecast covered for those wondering. For now, we have The Witcher 2 being renewed for season 2 already without seeing season 1.
Optimistic, but
They are,
okay.
I guess, watching the amount of clicks on that trailer. So
I don't know, man.
getting a lot of interest.
Well,
I'm
I mean,
sure
the way it ends too could be like people really want a second part because it seems like maybe he gets his second sword.
they figure that it'll do. They're probably just betting more on it. Like that's all it really means.
Yeah.
They could be betting more, and they could also just be looking at interest on their own app. I mean, you get a lot of people adding that to my list. Like you can start gauging interest based on the percentages, and by now they know these percentages as to how many people pre-add that to my list. If it's high already, that's why.
You got to figure though it's going to be one of the only flagships going forward now that that's one of their big new things now.
I mean, it's a big new thing. They're kind of trying to grab the Game of Thrones crowd. That's what they're going for.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
Definitely.
I think they're sort of banking on it being their, big original that draws people in from other places.
Possibly. I mean, they have that. They have Stranger Things. They have what are they? Orange is the New Black is ending, I think, isn't it?
I think it ended already.
Yeah,
I
it's
thought
over.
it ended.
Yeah, no, yeah, it ended.
This was the last season. This was the last season.
It's been done since I think early this summer.
So yeah, they have to get some big flagship shows. That's for certain. They have a lot of originals, but they definitely need some flagship shows. You're right. So I think they're banking on this being that draw. So what else we have? Oh, here we go. Fast and Furious animated TV series set for Netflix. As we talk about needing bank for drawing in things.
I can't imagine that not being weird.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible. What's gonna be horrible about it?
I think I thought that's what Mike was going to go say. I'm not saying it's going to be horrible. In fact, I think it's a great idea for them.
Depends on who they get.
Why don't you just make a Transformers cartoon or something? Something where I would know.
They're working on He-Man. I don't know if we ever reported that actually. That they're working on He-Man, which is awesome for me. I'm looking forward to that. Finally, I'm hoping they can finally reboot He-Man properly. But not to change the subject entirely. Let's get back to Fast and Furious. I don't know. I think that's got a huge draw in the box office. There's a lot of people out there that want to watch Fast and Furious.
I guess
cars. People love sporty cars, and you can showcase that. Look at just the Cars movie from Disney Pixar. That. Just the marketing and the merchandising rather on that is huge. I think you have you could probably capture that a little bit with a more teenager focused show where you can have a lot of cool cars and things and sell a lot of toys. So that's really what it's all about.
Merchandising. Netflix didn't do great merchandising with Voltron. I feel like they just did not. It took them a while to get the product out. I don't see a lot from their cartoons as it is on the shelves. I don't think they do a lot of. That's the problem.
Yeah.
If you look She-Ra is a big kids show for them on Netflix, and I don't see much product out there for that. And you can just walk through. I mean, there's not toy stores are not. I mean, everybody's carrying toys now. Actually, Kohl's. We have Walmart, Target increasing their amount of toys they're carrying. Best Buy's carrying toys. I don't see any Netflix except for collector's item stuff. There's no regular kids.
Mostly Stranger Things.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I've seen from Netflix anywhere.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, I didn't see anything. I mean, I have a Voltron from the show. The giant robot I got last year, but I feel but that merchandising that took a long time. That didn't come out the first season, if you remember.
Right. That's not really Netflix. That's DreamWorks.
Oh, that's true. I'm blaming Netflix here. That's true. Yeah. So maybe
I agree with you that they slacked on that, DreamWorks did, but can you do it?
Yeah.
Like that?
So I don't know. I assume if the thing that screams like merchandising is like He-Man and She-Ra, and like they're not doing She-Ra right now, and that was the basis of the original shows, was merchandising toys to kids, and I just don't see much of it. So I don't know. But you're right. I mean, maybe they will dive into that now. I don't know.
We'll see. Like Tony's saying, it's gonna be dependent on who they get to animate it and to write it and to be a part of it.
All right. Daniel Craig.
You want to stick with if you want to stick with Fast and the Furious news, they're talking about Brian is coming back for Fast and Furious 9.
Where did that? What? Using old footage?
No, I don't think so.
Who?
Getting the stand-in or something.
Is Brian
Brian
gonna do it?
What's his last name? I don't even know his last name in the movie.
Paul Walker's character.
Oh, Paul Walker. Okay.
I kept wanting to say Brian Walker. I'm like, oh, what's his name?
So we're gonna get a fake person. CGI the whole time.
I mean, they're saying they're looking for a stand-in or a double or something. So who knows? There's a lot of Twitter people saying that they're upset about that. Like, why?
Yeah, I can see why. So, Daniel Craig confirms that Bond 25 is his last and won't direct. So he was. They were saying, I guess.
He said this about the last 2 or 3.
He's been trying to get out of this for like the last
money talks.
I think this is it. I think this is actually this time.
I hope so.
Bold prediction.
Pretty old now too himself.
Yeah, I honestly think this is the last. This is it. This is the last one, which is good because I myself want to see a brand new James Bond. I want to see something new out there. I'm tired of Daniel Craig's Bond. Not that I don't like Daniel Craig's Bond. I like him, but I'm tired of it. I want to see something new. I want to see a new style. His style's action. We all know that. Mike hates that, but it is, and I liked it. I like having that little change of character.
It's action. It's just being angry all the time.
He's like fun.
Yeah, you gotta get a little bit of a lightheartedness to it. I think a little. It's too
creepy too. It's like I'm gonna have sex with every single girl in this show, like for no purpose other than I'm James Bond.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see who they recast next time. But we get one more film from him, the No Time to Die. So I'll see that. I will. I'm gonna admit it. But I'm not expecting it to be great. So. What else we have? We've got Disney adding 5 new MCU releases. Why is this gone? Oh, never mind. It's a block. All right. So they're adding 5 more movies up to 2023. So they don't want to announce movies now. Unlike last time, in like 2014, we got like the 9 movie slate announced. With Feige now running the entire thing, he wants to be a little bit more secretive. So we're not going to get these titles announced until we get closer. They're really kind of keeping.
There were some that we knew were coming that were announced.
Sure. Yeah, and you can kind of fill in the blanks a little bit with that. But they announced 5 more movies coming up to 2023. I'm guessing we're getting Fantastic Four. I really think so. I think so. So.
Okay.
We'll get mutants. Movie. We'll get mutants, but I don't know if they'll stand on their own. I think it'll be a combination movie, mutants. So.
Well, when you say combination movie, I feel like their first mutant movie is going to be a mutant movie, not an X-Men movie.
But how about this?
Why? Why would you do that?
No. Hard no on that. Hard disagree.
I agree. I think that this is crazy. This is crazy. But what
Call
if
me baby?
Wolverine versus Hulk?
No. But that's cool.
Well,
that'd be fun.
That would be kind of cool.
That's
in the way
the only way that I would.
But when I say it's not an X-Men movie, I mean it's not gonna be like Professor X, Cyclops, Jean Grey, Iceman, Beast, Colossus, Wolverine. It's not gonna be that.
I don't think
their
so.
First mutant movie, first movie that has mutants in it is gonna be like a singular mutant as maybe a part of a team that comes into the X-Men or something. But it's gonna be more. It's not gonna be an X-Men movie. I don't think they're gonna be.
You gotta figure though. You got to figure Deadpool's got to be in the slate. Is Deadpool the first movie we get?
We keep hearing rumors now that doesn't that keeps changing about Deadpool too, or like what they're gonna do with him.
No, I just don't see the core X-Men team being it. Like if Deadpool's the first mutant movie, then that's fine because that would work too. But I think they're gonna try to build up the X-Men a little bit more.
I think I just like my I just had that idea while we're talking. Like Wolverine versus Hulk. It's a great story. I've seen it in the animated thing, and I think it was,
I don't know if they could make a whole movie out of it though.
Well, I think you could.
At this point, it'd be hard because Banner has supposedly come to terms with the Hulk and has worked out a deal. So, I'm not saying they couldn't come up with some excuse for it. It just seems to me that, again, we were talking about this before, all the Avengers, characters, the original Avengers anyway, are kind of taking a back seat to all the new characters who are popping up.
Again, we've kind of missed our window to have those characters interact with X-Men.
You're not thinking right about this. What if Wolverine was the
Wolverine versus She-Hulk
was the out of control mutant, and Hulk is the one that has to stop him? Unlike,
it would be fine, but I think they get
Weapon X Wolverine.
Sure, but I don't think you can. It'd have to be like Weapon X starring Hulk then, or something like that, because again, you get into the licensing issues if you have Hulk in the title of the movie.
That's true. That's true.
That's with true.
I just thought it'd be cool.
Universal,
yeah. You have Banner now more in control, and then you have this out of control.
Yeah. I'm not saying the idea is cool. The idea is cool. I'm thinking about it like legality and.
Let's timestamp this right now, so we have a
Wolverine versus
November 19, 2019. Jim had this idea in case we see this movies.
I think that idea already happened in animation form, but all right.
Well, but I'm reversing it, so I'm reversing the idea. So,
okay.
All right. Let's go to DC. This was interesting, and my brother's a huge fan of DC, so I like to report on this every now and again. And Mike, we like DC stuff. We like DC, sort of. But apparently there has been a lot of push recently, for this Snyder Cut that we thought would never get released, and I think it's getting released. I will make that statement right now. Too many actors are starting to.
How much is it going to cost them? How much will it actually cost them to put it out?
I'm not saying it's not going to. It just seems so weird, like after all these years, to now get it.
And what is?
It's just not going to be good though.
It's apparently finished. It just needs to be post-edited by the studio, which can't cost them that much money. The amount of actor support now, because you got Jason Momoa, Gal Gadot. How do you say her name?
Gadot.
Gadot.
Yeah,
I think she says she pronounces the T. Yeah.
You do got Gadot. Okay. Gal Gadot and Ben Affleck, all tweeting and coming out and supporting this release. So when they started doing that over the weekend, I was like, there's some movement here. Something's happening. They would not be just throwing. I think they know it's coming out, and they just kind of start throwing in that support now. I think that's what's happening. I think it's actually.
The only thing I could see derailing it, because again, what is it going to actually cost them to put out, is just if they have plans for the future of this, these characters, and this could confuse people. Maybe they say, hey, we're not going to put it out in theaters. Here it is on demand or something that you can get it. But
I think their philosophy about confusing people has changed a little bit, and they sort of showed that with Joker having nothing to do. At least the plan was to have it have nothing to do with any other movie, and be like, this is a Joker movie. It can be about Joker and not have anything to do with anything else we're doing.
Yeah.
And it used to not be that way. I mean, we remember all the Smallville rules back in the day where, because there was a movie coming out, you couldn't do certain things, you couldn't say certain names. I think now they moved away from that.
Even early Arrow was like that.
Yeah, that was like that. Yeah, with the DC Universe app, on the shows on there, they've kind of thrown that out. It looks like so.
But see, again, it would be interesting. I kind of wish maybe the real movie was more of a combination of the two and just longer. But I'm sure this is going to be bad. We know
it's not going to fix anything.
We know now that Snyder thinks he's writing Watchmen still with the Justice League, and just knowing that is just dystopian ideal about.
Well, there's only so much that Josh Whedon was able to change. It wasn't like the movie was.
I feel like he gutted
Josh Whedon's movie.
Into that movie.
He may have gutted a lot.
I think he really I mean, we have Batman laughing at things and being dorky. We got we have a lot of stuff. I think that was Joss Whedon that we saw in that crammed together 2 hours that we got. I think that this will be quite different, but I don't think it'll be good.
Yeah, no, I agree. That I mean, I've been a big proponent of Snyder being terrible, so I'm not.
But now,
curious about it.
Yeah, I was on the fence until he started to go with this whole like Watchmen and why Batman needs to kill people route. It's like no. once he released that statement, I'm just like, all right, I'm not. Your vision is just wrong.
Your vision is wrong.
Yep. Well, we're gonna get to better vision soon.
Is this weird? Have all of you now come around on this thing?
Well,
I remember I was the only.
Mike
I was the only one that
Batman
against it.
versus Superman.
Wait, Corey.
No,
Corey's the
I
last.
still-
Corey's the last.
still-
He loves the Batfleck.
I love Batfleck. Yeah.
Here's the thing, like if you do like manslaughter, whatever, it happens. It happens in all the movies if you really pay attention.
Sure. Yeah.
But when you have the guy who's like directing it specifically say, oh yeah, he doesn't care, he's trying to kill people. That's when I'm like, all right, fuck you.
No, I understand where you're coming from. It's part of Batman's storyline. I mean, I like Ben Affleck as Batman. I like this Batman that we got. I think it was cool.
I
and
could have.
I wanted to see him in good movies. I mean, I definitely want to see him in good movies. He just, unfortunately, what they did was not put out as a quality film as what Marvel's been doing, and
I liked him
so
too.
it makes it even look worse.
He had great moments here and there. I liked a couple of his moments in Justice League and that one fight scene in BVS, which was the best we've seen. One of his fight scenes, I think, on film. But other than that, it's been a little rough.
Yeah.
This doesn't give him much to do. I mean, he's also a supporting character in these movies too. He's not. I mean, he's got to share the
Not
screen
really.
time.
He was the one who brought the Justice League together in the way it was presented.
Yeah, but I mean, he's still sharing screen time with everybody.
Sure,
It's not like
but,
he can't
you know,
focus
He
on
didn't have
his character.
dedicated. He didn't have a dedicated movie.
No.
I get what Corey's saying. So, but we're gonna get a better story anyway soon. So it's okay.
We'll see.
I'm not saying it's gonna be a better movie, but I'm gonna say it's a better story.
We'll see. And again, the more things I hear about this new Batman, I'm getting worried about that again too.
It'll be short instances of these villains. Don't worry about it. It's not gonna be overflooded.
He's not
So-
worried about that. He's worried about Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Him and all of they're packing up the characters though for sure. And Pattinson's again just being like, he's not that heroic. I don't want to be heroic. It's like, all right, cool.
Lastly, we have Henry Cavil on record saying he's not done with the role yet. There's a weird timing for this announcement from today. The latest issue of Men's Health came out saying that he was, I'm not going to sit quietly in the dark, and as all the stuff's going on, I'm not giving up on the role. There's a lot of stuff. I have a lot to give for Superman yet, a lot of storytelling to do, a lot of real true depths to the honesty of the character I want to get into. I want to reflect the comics. I'm paraphrasing a little bit here. That's important to me. There's a lot of justice to be done for Superman. The status is you'll see.
Well, if this was really true, he would have showed up at the end of another movie.
Yeah,
No,
rather than his head getting chopped
it's
off.
Still negotiating.
No,
Negotiation.
I'm saying like that. Sure, but do it. I mean,
Is he done?
Get it?
Like Ben Affleck's done. We know this already. It's out. He's out.
yeah, we
He
already
said
got
it already. He said it's out.
Well, I mean, we already got his replacement, so
Well, it's not really a replacement. It's happening.
It's
Isn't it
happening.
happening-
you're not gonna have concurrent Batman movies with two different actors.
No, that'd be kind of weird.
Wow.
That'd be kind of weird. So I don't know. But Alright.
So yeah, we haven't gotten a Superman replacement, and we know Black Adam's coming out in 2021.
yes,
with The
yeah,
Rock.
The Rock. Yeah, they had that promo art revealed, which was interesting. So
So
looks awesome. That was Jim Lee's art. I think it was Jim
Yeah.
Lee's art that did that one. Yeah, that looked great. That looked really good. That art. So I'm not sure the movie's gonna be good, but the art looked fantastic.
I really
so.
like Shazam. So
Yeah, I did
We'll
too.
see.
I have to. That'll be a Black Friday pickup for me. There's we'll do that next week, the Black Friday episode. Right? I think yeah. We'll get all.
got
the
it. Otherwise, we won't be able
yeah,
to.
we have to. We don't. I mean, there's not much this year, but there.
The
Walmart's
thing
got
is,
some
with
good
Black
stuff.
Friday sales, it's like they're happening throughout
Right
the
now.
entire month. It's like
Yeah.
there's Black Friday sales going on right now.
Yeah. So we'll do it next week though. I mean, the day of Thanksgiving and Black Friday still happen. Like all those sales are that day. So, but you know. So all right, that's gonna wrap up the 473 of the Moviecast. Thanks for tuning in. You can write us podcast@allyoucangeek.net. Follow us on Twitter, allyoucangeek. Like us on Facebook. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. We appreciate you guys listening. See you guys next week for that Thanksgiving episode. See ya.